Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Time to Roll. This is Campaign 1, Episode 90. Brain is not braining today, so that's going to be a fun time. A little bit of a few announcements going in today, and then we're going to have a recap, and then we'll get back into the story. First off, I want to say happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays to all that celebrate here in America. Obviously, Christmas is right around the corner, and New Year's is shortly behind it. So I hope all of you are enjoying your time with your family and your loved ones if you're choosing to spend it that way. But we will be, our schedule is going to be a little weird um, this coming month, just so everyone is aware, and that way we can figure it out. There will be a stream next week Sunday, and there will be a stream next week Sunday, the Sunday after the 15th, and the Sunday after the 22nd, if all else. If everything goes to plan. However, chances are there will not be a stream Sunday, December 29th, given that we'll be going into New Year's Eve or New Year's, that stretch of time. I'm going to probably not be here, but I will double check. But I'll let you guys know next week when the time comes. I will say that there is also a chance that one of those days might end up getting switched around, but chances are we will be off at least one weekend this this month. That means that the episode being released on YouTube on the Wednesday after will also not be there. But I'll be sure to make an announcement. You guys will know what days will be missing. But given that it's going to be the holiday, we'll see. And then once January 2025 hits, we're only going to have maybe another 20 or so weeks going into January 2025, maybe 20 to 30 weeks probably about 20 weeks of campaign 1, and then we'll be going on break. And then from there, we'll see what campaign 2 brings us, because we will be playing more. But that's in the future, though. Let's go ahead. Obviously, no Lexi tonight. She's on hiatus until she can manage to get Sundays off again. But until then, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Austin more than likely will not be here tonight. Haven't heard from him. He said they had family over yesterday, so chances are he's spending time with them. So, it is the holidays. I'll give him a pass for that. But anyways, let's get right into this recap. We'll go from there. Please don't be saying something vile.
The Calden air was just for big old bosoms there.
I should.
This shit busting real quick.
Okay. All right.
Would you like to hear a song, Zachary?
No.
From our lovely beat.
No.
To the window.
And I'm deafening.
It's up the hill is where we had our simple throw.
Are you guys ready to play D&D?
Yeah.
Okay. Make
sure. Born ready.
But be positive. Okay. Yeah, still nothing from Austin, so I assume he's doing Austin things. But last we left off, because it has been 2 weeks, after successfully managing to aid in the escape of Archer from the hands of Torben, and unfortunately unsuccessfully ripping Noetic away from his grasp, you all made your way back to the Lily of the Sky, where you licked your wounds, had a good night's rest, and woke up the next morning to an unsettling presence floating down from the sky. All of you look up as you see 3 beings go from a large bat form, into humanoid. None of you recognize these three beings. However, Ander immediately starts to facepalm and shake his head as these two larger men that were once bats lower themselves down onto the ground. A woman, probably about half their size, gracefully glided down to the top deck. She then looked upon all of you and said, "Well, rat bastards, I do believe you wanted to speak with me." And that's where we last left off. So, everybody, you are waking up. You see this random woman gracing you with her presence.
What does she look like?
Pale face, makeup pretty well done. Her lips are a bright red lipstick. Her hair is a long jet black, very well maintained silky hair, probably that goes down about midway down her back. She's wearing a kind of an ornate black and gold dress that sort of like tapers off near her shoulders, and it flows down towards the ground to where you could hardly see the tips of her shoes. You see that she's wearing some sort of red, whether it be high heels or some sort of slip-on shoe. She, however, is not, her feet are not touching the ground. She's just barely floating above the boards of the deck of the ship. She's unbelievably gorgeous. She has slender features. She looks as if she's in her early 20s, maybe mid 20s. You can very clearly see peeking out from behind her like cherry red lipstick. You could see like just these pearly white fangs just barely sticking out of the top of her mouth. Maybe she has a slight overbite because of them. But she kind of, her eyes are like just a glaring, piercing, like amberish gold eye. And she just kind of looks upon all of you, and she looks over to Ander. "Hello, my dear. Are you, I assume these are the ones you want me to speak with?" Yeah, Valentine. That's exactly who I want you. These are exactly who I want you to speak with. Why are you here? I thought we were gonna do this more formally. Well, it came to my attention that the cockroach that is Torben von Aurelius has polluted the ground he walks and has entered my domain. I've also heard through my various contacts, and you'll see like a little bat fly and land on her shoulder, that some of you actually all of you have done battle with the cockroach. So I figured it'd be best to meet you in person as quickly as possible. So, I'm here. What is it you need to speak to me with? What is it? I'm eager to listen. She'll just kind of like look upon all of you.
Were you aware you have a dragon in your court?
Is that so? A dragon, you say? For whom may you be speaking of?
It's not the advisor, right?
You know his
Above
name. Do any of you keep notes?
I do. I've just got to find it. Sorry, it's been a few sessions since we've had to look at
No,
it.
that's a dumb question.
Yeah, I know. Take notes,
Oh.
damn it.
I am. I'm looking. Maybe I didn't put his name down.
It is Uldragos.
Uldragos.
Old. Huh. You claim one of my oldest and most well-trusted advisors is a dragon.
Yes.
Well, I suppose his reptilian-like features haven't gone past my vision. So I suppose that isn't much of a surprise. But why are you so worried about him being a dragon? This is a country filled with odd folk, monsters, and people of
Not what
different
it's the why
curses
he's
alike.
not a great person.
Oh, well, most politicians are not great people. I keep him around because his knowledge and wisdom of how to fend off usurpers and greedy vagabonds from the south has proven useful to me. However, obviously you are worried about him, and you are friends with the one for whom I'm betrothed to in all my life. So I'm willing to hear you out. How about the sun is quite obnoxious, and you'll see her like point her finger up to the sky, and she'll just like wipe her hand slowly, and you'll see where it was once a very bright sunny day, you'll see clouds start to form and block the sun from view. Much better. Oh my. Some of you seem troubled, worried perhaps about the cockroach. I can see it on your faces.
That's an understatement.
And she'll like look over to her two aides. Dante, do look into what Old is doing right now. Keep an eye on him. Might dig something up when he thinks no one is watching. And Cedric, and she looks over to these two gentlemen, Dante and Cedric. They look very similar to each other, both taller in stature, about 6'5", 6'6". Both bald head, dark skin. Both have tattoos going up and down the top of their head. One of them seems to be dressed more in like a fur-like garment, and the other one seems to be dressed more in a like formal, like more classy dress. One seems a bit more wild, one seems a bit more dressed up. The one she points to, Dante, who's...
So one of them's a little bit more country, the other one's a little bit more rock and roll.
You could say that, yeah.
Okay.
Dante seems to be a bit more country, and Cedric seems to be a bit more rock and roll, as you put it. And
I would have had those reversed, thank you.
Dante kind of like nods his head and goes, "Yes, ma'am, right away. Post haste." And you'll see him transform into a bat and take off.
Okay. I'll start to say that and then see him take off and never mind.
I apologize for his rudeness. He's always been one to jump the gun. And then you'll see Cedric kind of like look off to him, flying away. Yes, please forgive my brother. He's arrogant and excited.
There is nothing to forgive. This one was going to offer to perhaps take him to where we last saw the cockroach.
Oh, well, actually, the cockroach will be left to this one. He's off to see if Uldragos, his full name, if he's loitering about right now. Perhaps we can bring him to the ship. Although
Yeah, I mean, we only really need one thing from him.
Oh, and what is that?
Hey, Vaten, can you show her the thing?
Her eyes
Yes.
start to glow like this, like darker amber as you say, show her this. Like she's very intrigued.
And I will pull out. I don't have my character sheet open, but I do have it. What it's actually called down. Leon's something holding something or other.
Correct. Something or something, yes.
Here, so
It's Leon's urn of sealing, I believe.
Okay,
Yes.
that was close. In my defense, my brain is not firing on all cylinders today, so
Yeah, you're fine. So mine's not either. She'll her eyes will squint, and you'll see her eyes kind of actually glow in light, like she's casting a spell. Ah, a artifact for sealing something powerful away, I see. So your goal is to capture him then, and then do what with him?
we're gonna feed him to a space whale.
A space whale. Is that so?
What they're called, Kalishtar's.
That's
No.
not what it's called. It's I had that sticky note hanging for so long, and now I don't have it in front of me.
Space whale.
It's a space whale.
I can't think of its real name.
Cannot be its real name.
Its name is Cedric, and it's flying through the air as the country of Aru.
I know what color of sticky note it was on. I have so many sticky notes just filed away on my desk. Kintari. It's a Kintari. Gosh, I didn't even find the sticky note. I just remembered the name. It's an Elder Kintari.
I would just tell her that.
A Kintari. Let's see if she even knows what the fuck that is. I cannot say I've heard of such a being, despite how old I am, but
It's effectively a space whale.
that's... I kind of get the picture. And yes, once you feed... Todd, are you sleeping?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock, buddy.
I know.
All right. Well, I suppose I'm willing to hear you out, but what are the crimes that he's committed that...
Did you hear about the attack on Artemis?
Of course, I sent my best advisor over there.
He's partially behind it.
And you have proof.
Leon has proof.
Ah, the librarian. It's been some time since I've spoken with that man. 100 years or so, I'd say. Well, he is credible, but he is one of them. So I suppose that
Oh.
offsets things.
We have a few things that will help to explain the situation. So they were attacked by blue dragons. He's an elder blue dragon. They were probably together, according to Leon.
Interesting. Okay. Well, Cedric. Yes, my lord. Head to the Scarlet Keep. Check to see if the Minister of Punishment has checked in today. And then her eyes will train on Ophelia and Elkis and Archer.
Oh, you don't have to worry about them. They're with us.
So you escaped custody. Well,
That's a bit of a stretch, if I'm being honest. We got Archer from Torben.
Be that as it may, at least those two, the little rabbit and the loudmouth woman there, and you hear Ophelia go, "Hey, I'm not loudmouthed. I'm just eccentric."
And I'm not little.
I'm not
Average.
talking about you, my dear. I'm
Whoa.
talking about the other one. Pointing at Elkis.
He's even taller than I am.
Oh, your crimes are severe, and breaking out of prison is also just as severe.
Might I ask you to forgive them? They didn't technically break out.
Oh, and how did they escape their bondage? As they were
Well,
set
so-
to, in about an hour, be executed.
So Torben took Archer, and I just, we rescued him from the water. The cart crashed, and we just did what we had to do to save people.
Make a fucking deception check.
Or he side eyes.
Reception.
Deception, yeah. Versus her insight, so this should be
21.
fun. She just looks at you. Right. Save them from the water. So,
Yeah, I mean, I can show you where the cart landed in the water. It was quite out there.
plus 14 to insight.
Jesus Christ.
It's Queen of a Nation, man.
Aware, but goddamn.
She'll just sigh. Seeing that the cockroach has hurt more than his fair share. It doesn't make up for the crime of murdering, and it was murder, you two. 3 guards in the process of trying to escape. If you provide the necessary means to rectify your crimes, whether it be in diamonds needed to cast revival spells, or money, gold, platinum, to pay for such things, and you leave this country as soon as you physically can, or complete your task, I suppose I will let you leave. But if I catch you here again, causing trouble, any and all crimes, and sentences will be doubled, and you will never leave again. You understand? Yeah, absolutely. Ophelia, Todd, please. You keep snoring, buddy. I need you to stay awake. Ophelia's like, yeah, absolutely. We'll do just that, right, Elkis and Archer? Yes, absolutely. I mean, sure, I guess. That's not like I did anything wrong. You're the guys that killed the fuckers. Very well. You see Cedric kind of like, I'll be on my way. And he will turn into a bat and fly off towards the Scarlet Keep. Then she'll kind of like, as both of her guards leave, you see her facade sort of slowly start to melt away. Oh, good lord. That is exhausting. Anyways, now that those two are gone, I can act normally.
Milady, why do you maintain a front in front of your bodyguards?
Anybody who's a member of my court, it's just one of those things, you know. You gotta act like a ruler, right? That's what my father said. Now that they're gone, and actual introductions are in order. I'm Valentine Sophie, not Sophie, Sanguine. Sophie's Leon. My bad. So many S's in this fucking campaign. Valentine Sanguine, leader of and queen of the Valencian. Well, what was once the Valencian Empire, now it's just kind of Valencia. Yeah, this idiot's, and she'll point to Ander. This idiot's fiance.
Yeah, we've heard you've been having a great time together.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
When's the wedding?
A wedding, right? Ander, wedding.
You can't just keep slumming around the world with us
That-
the whole time, Ander.
Is a great question that we have not discussed, right, Valentine? Right? Yeah. No, we haven't done anything like that yet. Haven't talked about
I
it.
need to insight check.
For- you could tell she's the word or the very words of marriage seem to make her wildly shy and uncomfortable. She's very bashful about it. And you see this stone facade of a ruler start to slowly melt away, where she's just really just this awkward woman that
Fair.
that
Okay, so it's not like it's not like a secret. Oh, they haven't actually done anything or whatever. Like they're not supposed to do this.
Correct. It's just they've talked.
Just awkwardness.
You can clearly tell that they care about each other, but neither of them are good at these types of things. So the fact that you get the sense, the fact that as you kind of see them kind of like staring back and forth sheepishly at each other, the fact that these two people landed on actually getting engaged is a shock. Big step in a very weird moment of their relationship.
Fair. Okay, so it's not like a state secret or anything.
Correct. It's
more. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a personal embarrassment that she's just bashful around people she doesn't realize.
As opposed to political awkwardness.
Exactly.
Okay, that's all I was trying to suss out.
Yeah. Maybe it would be best if we don't. The sun does suck, although the clouds help. Being a vampire and all, it's not great.
When you come inside, we don't bite.
Oh, but I do.
You might, but
Oh.
This one does as well.
Oh, good.
yeah, but he's just a lizard. I'll just kind of smile at Button playfully.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Let's do that. She like turns around. You see her like pull out like some sort of stone in her hand and like rub it with her thumbs and then put it back in her pocket real quick. Okay. Yeah. Let's go inside. That sounds like a great time. And Andrew just kind of like rolls his eyes and smiles, and follows behind along with Ophelia, Archer, and Elkis. Okay, so you're going after Uldragos. I knew about this guy for a long time, and I've been wanting to get rid of him for a while.
Convenient.
I found him out like 50 years ago, but he has been really helpful keeping the slave traders and the mercenaries from the south from coming in here and trying to take more land from us. We've been on recovery for about 20 years now, and it's been rough, specifically for the townsfolk and just your standard commoners out there. So I've been the devil you know, right? What is he
The-
again?
Oh, Elder Blue Dragon.
An elder blue. I think he's more than that. I have a.
Ancient? Maybe?
I've
Don't remember the exact verbiage Leon used.
This
you
one does not remember it.
seeing as this verbiage was said a while ago, make a history check.
I'm good at those.
I'm not even gonna bother because Weaver didn't care. About the
Yeah, that
verbiage.
should hit. I got a 22.
22. You remember, you think back, you're like, it hit you immediately. You remember Leon referencing Uldragos, referencing to Uldragos as an elder worm or a spawn of the gods, aka a demigod.
Okay. I will just relay that info to her.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that is. I've been alive for a long time and I've never heard about that. Oh shit. Okay. An unknown enemy, the type of enemy that potentially it could. Oh shit. Maybe I should get rid of him. Whatever you guys need to do, do it.
All we have to do is act friendly and make him touch the thing.
Oh, so if you see her like her eyes going back and forth, like dancing between Ander for reassurance and then like looking back at you guys. If I invite you guys in as my honorary guests, including you three, and she points at Archer, Ophelia, and Elkis, and say that there was a mix-up and I've pardoned them and they're actually not a bunch of dirty criminals, and for as an apology we're holding like some sort of ceremony. Maybe that would help.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, if you got to get friendly with the guy, I mean, although he's never
That
been
would be easier.
he's never been one for attending balls. Now that I think about it.
I mean, balls are all fine and dandy. I mean, hell, you could act like it's just a trinket he needs to interact with. That he needs to inspect, something along those lines.
Can I take a look at that thing again?
I will show it to her.
She like looks at. She's taking guesses because genie in the bottle type of thing, and she like pulls out glasses, like round, like very Harry Potter type glasses, and puts them on over her eyes. And as she puts them on, you see her golden eyes turn into like just a normal green irises. Some sort of magical effect is placed on him, and she looks. Oh. Yeah, this will work. I think. I hope. I don't think he's more powerful than some sort of all-powerful being. I don't think he's more powerful than a god. Because I could store a god. What has that fairy been doing over there?
In his words, tinkering.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I suppose we can wait until Dante or Cedric say something back to me. Until then, I don't know. This is so cool. I don't normally get to speak openly and, out of formality with people. And she's just kind of sitting there like, you see her like space out, like full blown, like disassociate for a second. Just looking around. And Andrew just kind of goes like, sweetheart. Right. Sorry. I think it might be best for me to go back to the castle. I don't want to be gone for too long. Seeing as everyone expects me to be available whenever some sort of advisor needs my ear. Nobody knows I'm here except for Cedric and Dante, and now you guys. Okay. I guess I could bring you in as honorary guests for now and put you up in the palace, and from there we come up with a plan.
If it would be easier to scheme inside of the palace, then yes. Otherwise, this one would suggest hashing out a plan now.
Yeah, I mean, he does visit the palace once a week. Probably not more
Does he
than
report
that.
to you?
He does. He always keeps our meetings brief and kind of sweet and short to the point. He updates me about criminals that are receiving the death penalty or receiving some sort of harsh punishments. That way I'm aware of them, and if I want to offer them a pardon, I can.
Does he ever meet with outside ambassadors?
He's one of the few that does, yes.
Does he ever meet with anybody from... I'm blanking on my own country's name.
Ebrex.
Ebrex.
Maybe once or twice in the last 100 or so years. Most of the representatives from Ebrax, as they tend to send those robots, those
Warforged.
yes, they tend to send them and relay messages. I don't blame them. It is far easier for something mechanical to travel across continents and time zones. And
I have a great idea. I'm going to need that button,
I will hand it over.
and I will probably take it.
This one would suggest that this is the one to carry it on the journey back from Leon's. This one would assume that this one has the best ability to maintain concentration for that long.
Oh, of course. I will absolutely hand it back. I only need it for a matter of time, thankfully.
Very well.
I'm from Ibra, and my family is quite influential, one would say. So I think I could make a compelling case for him to meet with me instead of a Warforge.
Those we'd
If
have.
that's all right with everybody.
If that's what you want to do, if you want to put yourself in harm's way, if he's as strong as you say he is, then are you capable of fighting him if things go
yes.
south? Well, see no issue. I could always request upon him that he meet with a representative from Ebrax.
Yeah, you can just tell him I'm traveling through the country. That's another thing.
So
I've had rare occasions where automatons lately have been in malfunctioning lately would be the best way to put it. So I can gladly put it in that sort of perspective.
Sure, and I have heard about the attacks on Ibraxian soil recently.
It's like I could be like I am here instead of the Warforged. The pleasure.
Even with the weird accent?
With me?
Yes, you.
It's just my normal voice.
Oh, okay. I guess I. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I can maybe send him a message via telepathic link and see if he's willing to meet me in the chambers, and you could just be there. If
Works for me.
will gladly take other options from other people.
Does anybody else have a better idea?
Probably not.
No, but this one would, again, like to be the one that does the sealing, because
Oh, of course.
by handing it from one to another,
It does
one
break.
would lose concentration.
Yes, it does break concentration when you
Um,
change hands.
Yep.
That may be tough.
Ophelia
This one
can.
could be.
Go ahead.
This one could be a vassal, could be
Yes, you could be my
a
vassal.
hand servant, and person. This one is unfamiliar with common.
That works in my mind.
Whatever works. Maybe have one other person with you then. I will say most emissaries they tend to have at least 2 people traveling with them.
Ori, bodyguard?
Yeah.
And then the rest of you can, if things go south, the rest of you can sit in waiting. I mean, the palace is quite large, and my throne room is even larger sometimes, it feels like. Too big. So you could be waiting in the shadows, perhaps concealing yourself. I could help with that.
Thaddeus could absolutely do that. I don't know how many others could.
Ophelia kind of like speaks up. I can make it so we're pretty quiet. As long as we have some concealment, very quiet.
Excellent.
Well, I suppose this is a plan then. Any objections from anybody? And you see Ander kind of like look right at her. Unfortunately, this puts you right in harm's way again, Valentine. How many times have I had to tell you that it's not always your duty to be the hero of your country? And she'll look at him. And how many times have I told you that it is my duty to make sure that the country survives to the next day? This feels important, don't you think? And she'll just kind of like...
The same could be said about you, Ander. In your case of helping us.
He'll like...
A lady.
You don't have to risk yourself coming with us, but you do it anyway.
He'll look at you like, shut up. Yes.
My lady.
Yes.
One thing I've noticed is, especially with the one we're dealing with, seems to, even though I may be invisible to the most common eye, seems to be able to recognize my presence and see me through my evasion.
Well,
Any suggestions?
if he is what you're saying, some sort of elder type of dragon. Oh, I suppose we could do some sort of concealment, but even then it's true sight. Let me think about that. There may be, I mean, I couldn't see, the only reason I noticed, all of you here underneath the concealment that I presume your resident archmage, and she'll look at Ophelia, provided some protection. I would assume the only reason I saw this dome was because I know the detect magic spell. And I just happened to be looking for all types of magic, and yeah. Anyways, let me think about that. Perhaps some of the mages here can think about that together, and we'll come up with a plan there. Unfortunately, the chances are is that Uld probably will not make his way to the throne room until probably a day after I call for him. He tends to be on his own time sometimes. Although he may come quickly, but he would tell me immediately if he was on his way. So I suppose we should come up with a plan where everyone's going to hide and figure that out before we call him.
Indeed, we should.
Well, I suppose we could all just, instead of walking there, given my status and who I am, walking to the palace from the ship docks would be an uproar. So perhaps I teleport back and welcome you at the gate, so as that way there's some sort of expectation that the Queen has visitors, perhaps?
Of course.
Well, then I suppose let's get a move on then. Ander? Yes? Will you be so kind to join me, teleporting back? I guess. And he'll grab his axe and put it on his back. I'll see all of you there. Just make your way to the front gate and ask for, Bigsby. He's the gate master, at the castle. Valentine, I think you should probably maybe give Zane here some sort of official letter. Oh, right. That's probably. And you'll see her kind of spread. She'll pull out the gem that she was putting her thumbs on and kind of rubbing for some reason. And she'll pull it out, and it looks to be some sort of yellowish amber. And she'll pull it she'll grab onto it and then pull. It looks like she's unzipping a tent, but in midair, and it's just a magical line. And you'll just see this orange line form in front of her, and then it'll open to about an oval size, and you'll see her stick her hand into it, and a already pre-written up official letter for entry is already written. I keep a couple copies of these just in case of making sure Ander can get in safely. And she will put it down, and then this is why I don't write in Ander's name on all of these. What is your full name? I'm sorry.
Zane Rona.
Zane Rona. Rona?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. I think I know your mother.
She's doing well.
Good to hear. And then she will sign her name and then at the bottom, and then she will roll it up and tie a little ribbon around it and hand it to you. They'll get you, all of you, entry into the castle. No problem.
Excellent. I'll take the letter from her.
As for an official letter of pardon, given your willingness to provide payment for those lives that were lost, a letter of pardon will have to be written at my desk, not here. So if I were you three, I would either make yourself scarce or maybe transform yourself into something that can't be detected by Bixby, who, mind you, is not very keen on magic. I suppose I could do something about that. That would be no problem. I will say that it is a polymorph spell, and I always forget to state this as Elkis kind of like reaches around into his bag of holding. I'm going to transform myself, Archer, and Ophelia into a rat or a mouse or something small. When we get in there, it's gonna feel really rude, but once we're in a place where no one's watching, literally just throw us against the ground as hard as you can.
That seems a little unnecessary.
Well, see, it's better than poking and prodding, yes?
That is a way to do it, yes.
And most of you, when you poke and prod, it hurts a lot more than just hitting the ground kind of hard.
Apparently, Ender's used to poking and prodding from you.
He will, like, his eyes will, like go full squint and look at you. Now's really not the time, don't you think, Rona?
Oh, joking's a specialty on occasion.
We'll have it covered. And Alchemist will, like, sigh. And, it took me so long to gather this collection. Whatever. 3 people died, and they've been dead for over a week, so that's 100 each, so, 3,000, that's, 1,000 gold worth of, and he'll just hand 3,000 gold worth of, diamonds to Valentine. That should cover our issues. Do tell whoever revives them, do tell them to say that we apologize and... Right, we apologize. Right, Ophelia? Yeah, we apologize, I guess. Fine. And she'll, like, kind of, like, puffy cheek, like, turn around and look away. We apologize for their inconveniences. Very well. Okay, well, Ender, I guess we're off. You got it. And, she'll just grab onto him and poof, right in front of you, disappear. And, Elkis will, like, all right, you two gather around. And, he will take, you'll see him start to draw a glyph in the air, and then he'll push his hand against it and it'll start to glow. Again, just throw us against the floor not as hard as you can, but hard enough, and that way we can become ourselves again. Oh, and do be sure to get a hold of us before. Actually, be prepared to catch us as soon as I'm done. As soon as I cast this spell. All right. Maybe just actually, you know what? Maybe just Oh, this feels really awkward. Ori, I'm going to ask you to pick Ophelia and me up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Archer,
Or he picks Ophelia up.
she kind of like, holy shit, you're huge. Okay.
Now what?
And Alex is like, here, I'll kind of climb up on your back. I just have to be touching these two. Well, this feels weird. Elka, dear, can you, perhaps stand next to Ori and let Archer stand on your shoulders for a brief second? It's very weird, but this is the only way you could capture us. Mice are very quick, and we will disappear. We follow our instincts pretty quickly.
You'll feel right at home on Ori.
Huh?
A tale for another time.
So Archer's just like, I guess I'm gonna jump on my niece's shoulders, and he'll like kind of fly up and put his his talons on her shoulders. And all right, grab on. and he'll finish casting the spell, and all three of them will just like morph down into rats, and just immediately like land in both of your. One will land on your shoulder, Ori, and one will land in your hand. And then the third
Gets flashbacks.
and the third one will literally land on top of your head, Elka. You just kind of sit there, and you'll hear like little squeakings. You're easy enough to able to grab them and hold on to them. Although they do start biting your finger. You take no damage, not strong enough to pierce any of your skin. So, heading. If everyone's ready, does anybody want to do anything else on the ship before you leave?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So heading to the castle.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna use, just for my sake, we're gonna use Zane's token. You've been walking towards the royal palace, and you make your way to the front gate. And standing guard at the front gate, you see a larger-than-life ogre, who's sitting there. He has this massive, like, down to his gut beard. Which I just realized my camera froze because, of course, it did. He has this massive, like,
Just about to tell you.
he has like this massive black beard that goes down to his gut. He seems to have like this little streaky brownish like hair on top of his head that's like almost like a mohawk in the center, but it's slicked back and then tied into a ponytail. And he's just a morbidly obese ogre. And as soon as he sees you walk up, he's like, "Hey, you can't enter here unless the lady of the house says you can."
That is okay, my fine sir. I have a letter. I am an ambassador of Ebrak. These are my traveling companions.
Oh,
My manservant, Vaten, and my bodyguard, Ori.
What? You'd have to say it like that.
how about your other friends?
They are also with us.
Let me see the letter. And
Okay,
as he goes to reach for it, you hear, "Og," and you'll see this like little gnome man, like bound up and smack the ogre on the back of the head. "How many times have I told you not to take letters from strangers? I'm supposed to read them. Hello,
Oh, no,
everyone.
we're not strangers. I introduced myself. We're formally acquainted.
I heard. Hey, my name's Bigsby. Gatekeeper. This is Og. He's, I'm the gate master. He's the gatekeeper. Let me
He
see."
seems very nice.
And this little guy's like, he's no more than 3 foot tall. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, big shots. Got yourself a signed letter from not just an emissary or an advisor, but from the queen herself.
Indeed.
And he'll like hold it up to
I like to have my ducks in a row.
he'll hold it up to like the fleeting, like the sun barely peeking behind the clouds. Huh. He'll squint, pull up a monocle. Yeah, seems to be in order. He'll roll it back up. All right, head straight through the palace. If you're being expected in the throne room is the first room. First room on the left. And he'll kind of like point to this area. And I think the queen should be waiting in there for you, but that's, I haven't seen her leave today, so I'd assume that's where she went. Or that's where she's
I
at.
appreciate the directions you find, sir.
My
you as well, all.
pleasure.
Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. And he'll like his like underbite like sharp teeth will like kind of like poke out with his with a toothy smile. And just
Or he's gonna give him a weird look.
he'll give you a weird look back.
Let's get out of here.
Be nice, Ori.
Hey, You'll hear Weaver. You'll hear as you walk away, Og say, "I don't really like that big guy." Ah, well, can't like 'em all, buddy.
I will
As you-
just kind of smile at that and not relay it.
All right, so you make your way into what looks to be an inner sanctum of the royal palace. A beautiful, ornate Gothic architecture is strung throughout the exterior of the building. But as you walk closer to the, which I should probably, as you walk closer to the throne room, I'm going to double check the size for this map because I think it did come in correctly. Yes, it did not. I'm glad I checked. You see a throne room, brightly decorated, bright like red carpet, golden like architecture inside, almost like it's best way I could describe this architecture inside this throne room is like almost like an Aztec like feel. You see plants sprung out throughout the throne room. And you're starting to get the sense that the exterior of the castle is for the facade of the vampire queen or the blood empress as she's well known throughout the world. And then you realize after meeting her briefly that, oh, so this might be her. This actually might be what she's more like than we thought. Very colorful as you walk in, which I'm trying to get the map to resize for you guys. Because it was not sized correctly whenever I put it in earlier.
Not about the size of the map, it's how you use it.
Heyo. Alright, there we go. Alright. It's not quite
Something motion of the ocean.
Yes,
Indeed.
correct. Okay. And this is what it looks like. Those grids are not correct, but you see a very bright and vibrant, very cultured space. And you see Valentine sitting on her throne, kind of sitting there eagerly waiting with Ander kind of like leaning against the backrest. How do I fix the... I guess the grid's fine.
Small Weaver.
Oh my gosh.
It was this day that Vaten grew 3 sizes.
No, I don't think I can fix that either. If I was muted when I said that a second ago.
Oh, can you not?
Nope. I can rotate. I cannot resize.
It's weird. Okay. Corey is right there. Beep's technically along, even though Austin's not here. Anders up here. Need Thaddeus, and I believe that. And then, and the 3 mice are now trying to like escape your hands. You have a tight grip on them. The 2 fighters. You now look around. There's nobody in here but Ander and Valentine. So if you'd like to return them back to their former self, you certainly can do that.
All free. It's all Ori.
Nate, are you here?
Or he's not letting go.
Oh my god. Okay. I thought I do have a token for her. Did it not save? Now I'm sad. But anyways, while I work to figure out where the fuck her token went, she will look over you and say, I see we're 3 short, and then she'll spot the mice. I do believe you have to do a little bit of damage to them in order to get them to return to their normal size. Is
Okay.
that... Can you do that?
Or we'll set the mice down and get out his axe.
I will snatch one of them up or snatch them up and look at Ori and just go, no. And then I'll slap, like, I'll go full Gronk and spike the mice.
Jesus.
Spiking them into the ground.
And that's what they said to do.
That is true.
As they hit the ground, the mice have 1 HP. They hit the ground, and immediately the mice lay there limp and don't move for about 3 seconds. And then, poof! They turn back to their normal selves, and immediately Archer, like, jumps up and is just like, what the fuck? God, that hurt.
That's what they told us to do.
Fine.
This one apologizes.
No need.
This one does not. I'm just gonna give him a shit-eating grin.
Okay.
It hasn't been working. Elka said, with all the shit you put us through, I feel like you deserve that.
You know, fair, I guess. That's rude, but whatever. Okay, for some reason, my token for her did not export, even though I exported it and put it in Roll20. So that's frustrating. Well, as you can see, this is a fairly large chamber. I suppose you could find places to hide, and the chamber itself has 2 layers. So the top layer is so there's pillars that go up. There's a massive amount of pillars that go upwards, and there's I guess right here on each side. You could see, it is slightly darker underneath these overhangs, and there's just bookshelves lined throughout each side of the chamber. You see on the top, you see statues lining each brilliant window, with candles also lining, creating both a flickering light and a natural light with the sun that's now starting to come through. You see the sun behind her, or what looks to be the sun. But directly behind her, you see what looks to be a magical facade of the moon shining through, and not the sun. Seems to be some sort of enchantment placed to convert sunlight into moonlight for her. Let's see here. Do feel free to look around. Oh, and you three, and grab their tokens. There. And the winged boy himself. You three, I took the 20 or 30 minutes that it took. I did write your pardon papers, and she'll like kind of float it over to Elkis. If anybody, we'll do everything we can to notify all the bounty hunters and whatnot that still have your posters about, to let them know that you've been captured. We were going to do that anyways, but I'll let them know that you've been pardoned, so that way you can't, be attacked for just being you. Thanks.
Zach, it also looks like Roll 20 is not showing up on
Yeah, it's
the map isn't.
It's not because there it is. It's being stupid. Having all sorts of technical difficulties. Oh wait, there's a Windows update. That's probably what it was. Okay.
There's your problem.
Yeah.
Those update means that hopefully the audio is good.
I mean, it seems to be working fine. I see my mic lighting up, and I think you guys are, every time you talk, it's picking it up. So I guess I didn't fuck with that. But she'll like look at all of you. You feel free to, I suppose, Zane, you and whoever you choose will be, I guess, you call them Vaten.
Yes. His real name is Weavra, but if we want to pull off the stunt to make him believe it, probably going to have to go with Vaten.
I suppose.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I suppose you, whoever you have, will stand, and she'll point to like this area. You'll stand somewhere around here. I'm still working on figuring out where the fuck her token went. I suppose you could be standing there, and then, the rest of you, if you want to try to find a place to hide or blend in, perhaps you could transform yourself again into, whether it be disguising yourself as guards, perhaps, maybe that would work. There's plenty of options.
Oh god, disguise wouldn't be a bad idea.
Do you have guard outfits that would fit me?
No, but I could always, there's a spell, it basically changes what you're wearing, magically, so, how long does that lasts an hour, so I could always just cast it upon you, if you like.
Well, that seems doable.
I think that would probably be for the best. Okay. I suppose, now that we're all here, figure out where you're going to hide, if anything, or if some of you are going to disguise yourself as guards. Maybe do that. Or if all of you want to disguise yourself as guards, that's perfectly fine. You see Beep kind of like wander off and then start to climb the pillar and then with his claws hang into the ceiling and just like spider climb his way up, and he's hanging hanging on. And he just kind of nods and gives a thumbs up.
That works.
That certainly works, I suppose. Okay.
With this true sight that they have, will they still be able to recognize who we are?
Technically, no. Huh.
He has never met us.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Chances
For all he knows, that you just be common guards.
that is what the hope is, yes. I'm just trying to think of options, because the problem is that if he does have true sight, then he can see through any illusions. And technically the spell that I'd be casting on you is an illusion. So he'd be seeing right through the fact that it looks like you're wearing guard's clothing. I have not known him to be able to see that well in all my time. But if he's as
Could
ancient...
easily be a ruse.
Exactly. And Beep will kind of like jump down. Like, my arms are tired. I'll wait.
You'll always wait.
Now's not the time, Thaddeus.
There's her fucking
Just
token.
responding to him as though he responds to me.
Okay. Well, and Beep kind of like chimes in. Well, I also have the ability of truth sight. Perhaps we can try your spell and see if I could see through it. Yeah, certainly. And she'll like point at she'll point at Thaddeus and Thaddeus Elka. She'll point at Thaddeus Elka Archer and Elkis, and she'll cast Seeming on those five, and you'll see them immediately twist their way into, like, you'll see like these threads start to form around them and twist around them like a tornado, and you'll see their normal garment turn into a full like guard, like a palace guard plate mail. Can you see it, sir? And I'll double check the definition of true sight, because I believe it's any illusion, but
I think you're correct, but I'm not sure.
you're seeing. The spell well, it's a spell, but it's the same effect. Gives a willing creature you touch the ability to see things as they actually are. For the duration, the creature has true sight. Notice the secret doors hidden by magic and can see into ethereal plane, all out to the range of 120 feet. So see things as they are. So yeah. Well, let me double check with seeming. Is it an illusion, or is it actually like physically change? It is an illusion spell. Oh, it says it right here. The spell cannot be discerned by true sight.
Nice.
Huzzah.
So there you go. So Arval / Beep will be like, I can't tell the difference. So I suppose we're good. Excellent. Great. Well, then all of you, where I normally have my guards, and she'll point to where normally there's a guard stationed there, and one each door. And then normally I also have a guard. Have 2 guards patrolling up top. There's 7 of you that have to hide, by my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 6. 6 of you that have to. 6 of you that have to figure it out. I can just cast the spell on all of you, and that'll work out, I think.
We're not putting any of your normal guards out of their job, are they? Are we?
No, they actually, the majority of my guards will only be around generally whenever I actually have official visitors, but given I'm not making any sort of announcement about official visitor, and only a few folk who've seen you walk in know that you're here, chances are the guards won't be alerted. So they're doing their normal rounds right now.
You give me a lead guard uniform.
But you're
You're gonna
bodyguard.
be with.
You're
I will take the lead bodyguard or the lead guard uniform.
Okay, when you see another guard, tell them they gotta go. That you gotta let them go.
I will not.
Fair enough.
very well. So I suppose we have that plan figured, and she'll drop the spell, since it only lasts for an hour. I can send something to Old and see if he'll make his way here. Until then, all of you are welcome to lie about in some of the resting chambers if you'd like, and I will call upon you once I figure it out. Once I figure out that he's coming.
Sounds good.
Very well.
Okay. Ander, do you mind showing them where one of the lounges are? I certainly can. Yeah. And he'll step down and walk over. Come on, guys.
All right.
And he'll lead you out this door.
How nice of the future king consort to lead us to the lounge.
He will immediately turn around and look at you. Don't even start. Okay. And you'll hear her, as you're walking out, you'll hear her say, Old, if you could, stop by the castle. I require your assistance. I'm meeting with an emissary that's stopping through from Ebrax. He brings updates from the current war going on between them and Tillman. Your expertise would be greatly appreciated. Please make it here post haste. And then you walk out and make your way into one of the various side rooms of the palace that is just decked out with lavish couches and like windows looking out into the main garden area. You see you can smell the ocean wafting through the open windows. It's a very, where the exterior looks very gothic and pointy and sharp, the interior feels very homey. It does still feel like a palace, but not as hoity-toity as, say, the palace, the Savanian castle felt like, at least the few parts that you're able to go through. This feels very much like someone's home and not like this giant freaking like epicenter for government power. Um, and Ander just kind of like points to the couches, and there's like a little bit of like a refreshment cart off to the side. Help yourself. She's very generous. Just
Is this
hang it.
better? You help yourself.
Occasionally, I like to hang out here just because I can see the ocean, and he points towards the windows, and I can see the garden. And whenever she's busy, I sit here because they don't like me being in official meetings. I wonder why.
Oh, it won't matter when you're king consort.
Yeah,
Would that
sure.
be first lady?
Well, I mean, he's a man, Thaddeus. It's rude.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Right.
Are you going to become a vampire?
That's not the goal, but
You're just gonna let yourself
wither away, maybe.
before she. Okay.
You wouldn't want to live the rest of your life with your love?
I mean, technically he would be, but
Well,
not her
the rest
life.
of her life.
It's the one reason why she doesn't want to get married. She's afraid that if she's undoubtedly going to outlive me. I mean, she's already well into her 600s, 700s. Oh God.
Cougar, huh?
She's been a vampire for a very long time. In fact, I don't know her whole story. She's chosen to not keep me out of that part of her existence, but she certainly does everything she can to ensure that I'm, that at the very least, I'm not. I don't know. I feel like she tries to protect me a lot, which feels very weird. But I mean, I get it. I do. I understand her want to do that. I don't know. It's difficult, I suppose. But maybe one day. We are engaged now, which is a huge fucking step for her because she's terrified of commitment in the slightest, like at all.
He seemed a bit flustered when we mentioned it.
Yeah. Flustered is definitely a way of putting it. But that's beside the point. I think she'll figure it out. This is why I still travel and still do everything that I like to do. Because I know that she's not too excited to make decisions yet. But maybe one day. But I suppose the only thing we can do now is hope this asshole, which he is an asshole, by the way. I hope.
I figured he
dispose of
would
him.
be.
I would prefer if, honestly, my number one goal is the second shit hits the fan, I'm getting her out of there.
Of course.
I know you guys are important to me. You're my friends. I there's a lot. You've done a lot for me. In this time knowing each other, but
Listen here, Ander. We're good at what we do. We've got this.
I got to protect her. It's kind of my thing.
Yes. You required no explanation for that.
Thanks. I suppose once we capture his ass and we haul him back to Leon to do whatever Leon wants to do, and then I guess take him off to get eaten by a whale. I still don't quite
Hopefully.
understand that. I was very drunk whenever Leon described that.
Oh, we weren't. So it's okay.
I was.
All you need to understand is that Arun is a whale, and we're going to feed him to a country.
Arun is a whale, and we're going to feed him to a country.
Yep.
Those are the words that just came out of your mouth.
Yes.
If we don't feed him to the whale, it'll feed on its people.
And that we do not want to happen. Because that means Elka dies. Or her family dies.
Well, since I'm not there, it can't really eat me.
It's
But
a fucking
It's
lot.
the same sort of point, though.
yes, my family.
So you're saying that no matter what, if we don't capture this guy, death and peril for a whole race of people.
Yes.
Yes.
Continuous cycle of death. This will hopefully help negate that for quite a long time.
I finally got our fucking token.
Set in character as Ander.
No, obviously not.
I heard
Yeah,
him say this, Ander. It's just finally fucking working.
Okay, there we go. Here. Now you guys can see what she looks like real quick.
Mommy? Sorry.
Yeah.
Zoom in more. That is not what I was picturing at all.
She's a fucking vampire
How old
goddess.
is she?
Mommy?
Over 600 years old.
Is she looking for a pet bunny?
Ooh.
Oh. Alrighty
Hey, yo.
then.
Said out of character, because you think like that. But she should.
Actually, Thaddeus says I might be able to change.
And to think that Anders betrothed to that.
Lucky bitch.
Yeah. But Ander will look at all of you. Hey, I know I can come off as being a bit of an asshole.
Stop. You're good. You don't have to apologize for anything.
No, I feel like I need to do this. Because what
No.
I'm about to say is also very selfish of me.
Well, that would make sense.
We're used to that.
There's the dinger from the cheap seats, as always, Thaddeus.
What he does is he hits dingers.
He'll just Ander will just slowly stare at you. You and your puns. Anyways, what I'm about to ask of you is pretty selfish, and it may end up being the last thing we ever do together. Once this whole dragon issue's over, and we kill that bastard that is Torben, I would really like it if we went on an adventure that didn't involve saving the world or killing these crazy gods or people or saving, going after ancient artifacts and relics from the gods, or just going on an adventure.
Have you something specific in mind?
I know a great brothel.
You can help us manage our new lands.
Shit, I forget you guys are lords. This is Zach talking.
Can you
I-
make cheese? We might need a new cheese maker.
I do have a place in mind, and it's a place that's always interests me. And I've gotten close to it many times, but every time I get close to it, things don't go right, ever, period. I really want to go see the Great Chasm. You know, the canyon that splits our world in two.
This one's
Oh,
not
I
closed.
thought you were speaking of something else.
It's like Valentine's right there.
Heyo.
But I'd love to see that, and I don't know. Suppose maybe I should go apologize to my dad one of these days.
Less of an adventure and more of just a sightseeing trip then?
Uh,
Because I could totally be down for that.
yeah, maybe that. I'm sure, given who I'm talking to, it may end up being something more than that.
I'm sure we'll find something.
And he'll look right at Ori.
Ruin.
What? Yeah.
Anyways, we also have to figure out this old demon in your head, Ori.
Yeah, there's a bit of a problem.
That is, yeah.
He's been kind of quiet lately. I think it's fine. He's probably gone.
Mm,
Oh,
That
maybe.
doesn't sound right to me.
Wishful thinking.
On your part, definitely.
Problem is, we have to deal with the aftermath.
As long as I'm not taking an axe to the chest again, everything will be fine.
I think we could probably handle that. I mean, we're handling fucking ancient beings that apparently are demigods, and you know,
Oh, that's just everyday stuff.
ancient vampires that want to take over the world or some shit. I don't know what he wants to do, but should you know what's one more crazy bullshit thing? Oh, hi, Jackson. I'm gonna let my dog out real quick because he's pacing and I think he has to go potty. And he's gonna bark if I don't.
So, what else are we gonna harass Ander about?
I mean, the longer he lives, the more sexual stuff he could explore with Valentine.
Hmm. Yeah.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Hell yes.
I am drinking Arizona green tea.
Yep.
Because,
That's what we were talking about.
yeah.
Yep.
I thought I heard drinking.
Yep. Absolutely.
Absolutely, is what you heard was drinking.
Nothing else.
Definitely not anything
damn,
not
you're going.
stream appropriate.
Guys.
Yeah, I've not been drinking at all.
Just because I muted my mic doesn't mean they can't still hear you.
Oh, we know.
Okay. Well,
You'll hear it in the playback.
Andrew kind of like looks at all of you and smiles and what have you three? Are you gonna stick around or are you gonna and Alka kind of like looks at Alka. Our goal was united. We were going after Torben, and I feel like if Torben doesn't, if Torben isn't going to leave you guys alone, then our paths are going to consistently cross anyways. So, if you have us, we can stick around. We may have to be in and out given our official duties, but there's also the matter of waking up your goblin friend.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yes, I checked on
Got
her
lost for a while.
Really? So this sort of, as in
Yeah,
like
last time she met a god.
a god. So she got
Yeah.
lost and met a god. Is everyone meeting gods nowadays? Is that what's
I
happening?
hope not. They seem terrible for what I've met of them. I
met
think I
one
heard a
good
monk
one.
tell me that nothing's good with gods.
Really? I think I've met that monk too. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe.
But if he'll have us on the ship, we'll stick around until we figure out this Torben problem. I can't imagine he's... I don't know what he wants. Apparently he wants to destroy all the gods, but I mean, for some of us that seems like a good thing. But I'm sure for a majority of people that might not be very good. So I'd say we'll stick a pin in that. And as he says that, Ander kind of looks up. Hey, did you get a response, dear? Yes, I did. As you see Valentine walk into the chamber, yeah, he's on his way right now. He was in the neighborhood. His words, not mine. So let's get the fucking place.
Yes, ma'am.
And Anders like, what do you want me to do? Well, he's gonna have to find out about us eventually, right? All right, fine.
What was Archer and them doing?
And he's gonna grumble and walk his way into the throne room. What's that? What'd you ask?
No, I'm not moving Archer.
Oh yeah, Archer we'll say Archer's up top, given his ability to not be up top very fast.
Yeah, he's the bottom.
Sure.
I don't believe you.
Weaver will also be... Not Weaver, Arval will also be up there. Weaver's going to be... So, Zane, you'll be, like, right here. Ander will be up here standing next to her. Ori will be standing next to you, and Weaver will be standing next to you as well.
Yeah, next to and slightly behind for subservience purpose.
Move just like once goes over so not right in front of the queen.
Oh yeah.
That's probably a good idea. Ophelia will... she'll take... Back here. Elkis will also take back next to her. So if you two want to be like right there, standing guard, she'll as she's like, oh right, shit, and she'll cast Seeming on all of you. Well, six of you there being guards. Okay, and she'll look over at Ander and realize he's still wearing like his sailor, like his captain's outfit. Good enough. He's gonna find out anyways. And it takes about 20 minutes of waiting. But eventually, you see a dark-skinned human walk in, and he'll see the guards and nod and walk past, and I'll grab his token. Maybe you guys want to see. Kind of has that.
Eyes are freaking me out for him.
It's supposed to. It's Uncanny Valley. He'll walk in. I'm sorry I took so long, madam. I was at the keep, and I did run into Cedric. He said that he confirmed that you were looking for me. Is everything all right? He said there's a, and he'll immediately spot you, saying, "I see. So we have a guest.
Indeed.
How can I help the situation, ma'am?" Right. I would very much like you to speak with him on my behalf, if that is all right. I am tired and must be, tended to by my new servant here. And, like, Ander will, like, elbow her in the shoulder. I suppose introductions are in order. I know you know who he is. This is Ander Newgate. And for a time, and you'll see him like look at her. You've been shagging in your bedroom. I'm well aware. And, and you'll see her like turn like a color red. And she'll break her facade. What are you talking about, old? Madam, I don't mean to be crass, but the walls, while they may be large, aren't that thick. And Ander kind of like smiles. Did you hear that? She'll shush you. Back to business. We're together, and I would like you to respect that. Is that okay? I've been respecting it for 3 years now, ma'am. Right. 3? Oh, jeez. And you'll see her, like, start, like, her eyes wander off thinking about something. Right then. You want me to speak on him, I suppose, Do please remove your helmet, sir. I would like to see the man I'm supposed to speak with face to face.
Ah, yes. Apologies. I will let the helmet just kind of melt off my face. Zane Rona.
You're one of the...
Efrat.
You're one of the Ronas. I recognize the horns and the dark skin from, well, really anything. I'm aware of your father and your mother. At least I'm assuming that you are their offspring.
Indeed, I am. It is a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Well, I suppose my queen. Would you like me to speak with him here or a side chamber? Here's fine. I wouldn't mind bearing witness to your advice. He has some questions about the war and if we could aid them in any way. Right. She's gonna roll a deception check with advantage because he wouldn't expect her to lie. Really good. His insight also really high. Okay. Right, ma'am. Well, ask away. I am a busy man, and given my expediency of coming here, I assume this. I gathered this was of importance. So how may I help?
Out of curiosity, would you happen to know who would be the dissenters in the opposition's army? They seemed to not know, having spoken to the leaders. Who is calling the shots for them?
You must be referring to the Tillman brothers.
I am. Sorry.
As far as I'm concerned, they're the ones always calling the shots in that destitute country. As beautiful as the desert used to be, they've turned it into something. Well, they've bastardized it in ways I can't hope to really even think about.
My
But
servant here would agree with that statement.
and
He's
he'll
not a big fan of them. I will kind of like motion at Vatem.
I will nod.
I see you are accompanied by a desert dweller.
Indeed.
Ah, so a son of the original Valentian Empire. My queen, it seems you have one of your former royal subjects here. Yes, it seems I do. Pleasure to have you in my my throne room, young man.
Uh, this one is unfamiliar with this, but the pleasure is this one's. This one isn't used to such being addressed by such regal presence.
Well, you are here, and he does make a point. If you are a desert dweller, the Sabbath Desert did used to, for the longest time, be a part of the Empire, and I've been the Empress for many years, so I was certainly, well, I don't know how old you are.
This one is young. This one is only 16 years.
Oh, unfortunately, then I wasn't in charge of your land when you were born. But the days of the desert, thriving and bustling with commerce. Now I can't help but wonder what that country's like now.
This one does not have any knowledge of the current state of things. This one has been in the employ of the Ronas for most of what this one can remember.
Not for her sake, but for
Yep.
his sake. Roll a deception check, and you could do it with advantage because she's casually helping you, and she nods and like, ooh, natural 20, let's go.
Oh man!
Does it? Oh, that's a natural 1 for insight on him. Right. I suppose everyone finds their own path in life. So you're worried about who the dissenters are. I don't believe there to be any dissenters in the Tillman, country of Tillman. It seems like all actions taken are done by the warmongers that are the brothers that control that country.
Just find it interesting because they seem not to have any knowledge of who was commanding the armies in question about it.
Well,
Not a problem. I do have other matters to discuss with you. We've happened to find a curious artifact, and I can't seem to figure out what it was. My servant here would like to have you examine it, if you would.
I will take the. I've kind of been holding it behind my back, and I will present it to him.
he will like look at it while it's in your hands. I certainly can identify it for you if that's what you were looking for, but
It is
I
quite
feel it is made of a very unique material.
It is one that definitely can only be felt, really. Though one can perceive it as in seeing it. The real portion of it is in its feel.
I suppose I can certainly take a look at it. I don't know, though. It is giving off a rather interesting aura.
Like I said,
I
it's quite pretty.
I would like Zane to make a persuasion check with advantage.
With the advantage. good, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
22, and just for the safe side, I'll hit it with a flash of genius to get to 27.
27. You look at it. I suppose I could take a look at it. And he'll grab it and start to inspect it with
And
his hands.
Before he does, like, he will touch it, and I will say the command word seal.
Okay. As you utter the word seal, he'll say, "Wait, what?" And he will have to roll. You'll see his fingers start to, like, where they're wrapped around the urn, start to, like, slowly get sucked towards the nozzle of this urn. He's gonna have to roll a Constitution saving throw of a DC 30 to resist this. So I will go ahead and roll that roll. His Constitution saving throw bonus is a plus 12.
Okay, not as bad as I was expecting.
Still significant.
17 or lower, you seal him. You got it. As he grabs onto it and he hears the word seal, he goes, "Wait!" And you see a wing sprout from his arm as he realizes what's happening, and you feel a claw start to, like, try to break the urn, but the urn is too strong for his body to resist, and you see his body start to, like, wave. You see a tail shoot out of his rear end and, like, flop down onto the ground of the chamber. You hear where his kind of sultry, deeper voice turn into more of a growly, "What are you doing?" And you see his entire body, tail and blue wings starting to sprout, get sucked up into the urn, and you see his entire body just apparate and disappear within the urn. And it falls on the ground and starts to shake violently. Because
I'll pick it up and maintain concentration on it.
For the sake of this for the sake of concentration, given that it's rattling and you're trying to get a hold of it, I'm going to have you make a concentration check to start off.
Okay. Because I am a warcaster, I make any concentration checks. I have advantage on Constitution saving throws that I make to maintain my concentration on a spell. When I take damage, so.
Okay, so it would just be normal for this roll.
Okay.
Because you're not taking damage necessarily. This is a check to see if you're able to. 19.
You wanted to save, right?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't matter. My save and my check are the same.
So the flat DC to keep concentration, well, for non-damage, I'm going to have you make these periodically once per day. Okay?
Okay.
The DC for this is 15. So if you break concentration once per day, he can attempt to make a DC 25 Constitution saving throw to break free of the urn.
Yep.
So the faster you get back to Leon, the better.
Yep.
Literally.
What if we put the?
Go ahead.
What if we put the urn in a bag of holding?
No.
Then I lose concentration on it.
You lose concentration, and that is you're putting a pocket dimension inside a pocket dimension.
Can the queen teleport us?
I can.
Okay.
Zane can, yeah. Zane has.
Can't get Well, I guess I can get technically everybody if Andrew stays behind, and so do the other three.
They can teleport. Alchemist has the ability to teleport.
Perfect. I will use the teleportation circle scroll to try to get back to the
Well, it is
Royal Library.
it is it is just it's just a
Oh,
teleport.
just teleport.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I will do that.
As he gets sucked up and he's no longer there, the Queen Valentine looks up. Holy shit! You did it. That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Shit.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah. Pleasure. Fuck. I can't go with you, can I? Damn it. I suppose I could put a body down. You see her like starting to mumble to herself. Very. For those of you who watch My Hero, the very Midoriya-esque mumbling, like overthinking everything for a brief second. She's like, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do that. I really want to come along. Feels so
We'll
wrong.
make sure to visit often.
Oh, okay, that's fine. And are you going with them? And her eyes get kind of like big and like teary. And it's like, dear, well, my ship's still here, so we'll be back. Okay. I gotta make sure these guys don't die in the process of going back. All right. Okay. I'll make sure that guards are placed at your ship for until you return. I'll do that. That would be lovely.
Milady, is there a large tree somewhere, perhaps within palace grounds, that this one could use to transport via plant and return to?
There is actually. And she's like, follow me, and she'll like walk towards the door, and she'll go into like the little court, the little side room that you guys were sitting in talking to Ander, and she'll point out the window into the middle garden. There's this just kind of large oak tree, that is sitting in the center. You can certainly familiarize yourself with that tree. Believe it or not, my father was a druid, so I know all about these things.
Excellent. This one will attempt to pass word before he randomly appears.
That would be great, especially for the guards, because randomly having someone pop up through a tree is pretty jarring. Okay.
DM question: are you going to make me go touch the tree, or because it says you must have seen or touched the destination?
You've seen it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Then I suppose everyone's leaving me. Then that's fine. And you hear Ophelia kind of chime up. Hey, I can stay here if you want me to. I can kind of hang out if you like. And she's like staring at all of the books just lined up along the wall of her chamber here. I certainly can stay here if you'd let me. I know you said that you want us to leave the country, but and her demeanor changes as soon as Ophelia says it. It would be best for you to leave. Right.
It's quite helpful.
Right. I understand. Can I come back? If you behave yourself, yes. Okay. Sure. Yeah. All right. And you see, for the first time, you see Ophelia kind of defeated. And she like, all right, let's get out of here.
Helga is going to walk back over to the queen and just say, "It would be my pleasure to keep you company."
Sorry, I just had a horde of dogs walk into my room.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Doggos. We're in the middle of something.
I'm tired of this doggos. That's
Well,
too damn
my
bad.
brother just got back with his dog, so they're all riled up.
Ah.
Um, but sorry, what did Elka say to the queen?
Elka walked up to the queen and takes her hand and says, "It would be my honor to wait with you and keep you company."
Are you sure? I'm sorry. I just that would be an honor. To have you here. Uh, I for. Don't you have a friend over on the boat still?
Friend, do I have a friend?
The little goblin girl?
She'll be fine without me. She has everyone else. I mean, we could bring her here, correct?
Right, but they're teleporting away and the boat's staying here.
So then we'll bring her here, away off the boat.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I'll stay with you and her.
If that's what you want. And Ander kind of like looks at you. You're not getting out of this.
She's gonna be lonely.
She has people to talk to. She's a queen of a country.
Fine.
Sorry, dear. We'll be back very soon. I know.
I'll turn back around and go, I'll write you a letter.
I would love it. I'll write you one back. Pen pals? She smiles.
Of course.
Awesome.
Besties.
You can tell she's a socially deprived woman being forced to be queen. You just get that sense, like she's very much like just starved for any sort of social attention she can get that's not because she's the queen. But she walks back to her throne and looks at Ander. You better be back soon, or I'll come find you. I mean it. And Ander just smirks. Don't tempt me with a good time.
This one can send him home tonight via the oak.
Ander like stops and turns around and looks at you and just gives you the biggest thumbs up with a grin. And she
Still
can
have a Woody.
Oh my god. Accurate, but oh my god. Archer kind of flies down. Beeb gets close. Everybody kind of like forms into their little cuddle puddle of teleportation.
All right, back we go. And I will use the teleport scroll.
You see Elkis start casting it, and as you both finish the incantation, you reading it off the scroll, him just memorizing it. You both, and you're going to the library, right?
Did
I
they finish at the same time?
You could say that. You are a child.
I'm an adult. I'm just perverted.
Right, yeah. Right. Of course. Okay. I just have to remember how to fucking drag y'all here. Oh, that's how you do it. Poof. You're back at the Royal Library. When you all pop up in front of the library, two paladins are standing there. They immediately freak out and they're like, "Oh, just you guys, okay."
No, is Leon around?
Yeah, he's inside along with Lae'zel and.
We must speak with him post haste.
Okay. I will. Yeah, that's fine. Of course, you have full access to the library even during these times. So all of you here, you don't have to if you want to drag. There's so many.
So many of us, but that's fine. I'm inside now.
It's fine.
I can't drag.
Yeah. I got it. For some reason, it's doing that, and I don't know. I don't fucking know why. It's. Okay. Although everybody will fall in after you, obviously. You walk in and you see Rosalor standing there, kind of looking through a book, and he immediately looks up and notices you. My friends, you've returned.
Yes, please help.
Oh shit. My
I'm just holding the urn like it's a bomb.
Leon, right, come on. And you hear Leon from another room say, "Oh, what is it? I'm busy. Our friends are back. The red bastards. Fucking already? Oh shit. Do they have the thing? I assume you have the thing."
I will just hold it, gesture with it.
You see it shaking in your hand. I think they do. Get your ass over here now. And you'll see him like emerge out of the out of one of the side rooms. First off, don't you ever boss me around again, young man. I am way older than you, and oh, hi, friends.
It's quite important we have him in the thing.
Right.
It did not go super well, though.
How not super well? What do you mean not super well?
It's vibrating, and I'm not sure it'll hold.
I guess he was more powerful than we expected. Okay. Very well. Fuck. You see him like start to float books off the shelves and like different scrolls and different magical tools and like items and just levitating him down to the desk. Okay. Fuck, if it's not strong enough, then we're gonna need a little bit of unicorn hair, a little bit of troll, a little bit of troll skin. Make sure it's dry, and a sapphire for strength. And then of course, and you see him like drawing out this magical circle on a piece of parchment. Place the urn right there, please. And you see him place these weird pieces, like you see a tiny little silver piece of hair, a tiny little dried up piece of skin, and a sapphire lined up in a triangle. He's like, okay.
I will put the urn down, but I will not remove my hand from it.
Weaver, it would be best if you not hold on to that, unless you want to be sealed too.
I will pull my hand away.
As you pull your hand away, he casts the spell, and you see the paper kind of like animate. You see the three pieces of magical items like float and like start to bind and wrap the paper and parchment around this urn. And as it like starts to tighten even further, you see the shaking start to stop. Ooh, well, it seems like that did the trick. Just your stereotypical Hoshasu binding technique. They're very good with sealing and or capturing things. Interesting island folk. Anyways, okay, so this will only last for about a week. You got a week to find Arun. If your intent is to truly feed this thing to the big bastard that is carrying our country around. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you can't feed him directly.
How does that gotta work?
Oh, just nothing too hard. You just have to go to the capital city on Arun and find your way to the Eternal Pool. And once you find your way to the Eternal Pool,
Drop it in?
no, not quite. You will have to have a high priestess or high priest of Arun there to give you access. I don't have any connections, although maybe the Burning Hearts do.
Gonna look at Elka.
I was actually gonna ask if I knew anything about this.
You can make a history check with advantage.
Oh, okay.
See if Elkis does too.
While she is doing that, while they are doing that, I'm going to ask Leon, does this one need to maintain concentration on the urn?
Yes. Although it's a lot easier. Someone has to tend to it. Now, if you were the one tending to it prior, then no problem. That's a fucking natural
Very
20
well.
for Elko.
Me studying.
It's a natural 19 for Elkis for a total of 33. But, you'll nod in, like, understanding of what he's talking about. The Eternal Pool is a well of magical energy that was created when the fairies were first brought into creation by Shanti. It was her way of stabilizing her first creation. Is basically a pool of magic that can be drawn off of, and basically she put her own life essence into this pool. The pool has since been used as a way to harness souls that have either passed or have been sacrificed to the Elder Kintari that carries Arun on its back. You would know that. You wouldn't quite know. You would put two and two together that is where the ritual site is. Elkis, on the other hand, will then describe by saying, "Ah, yes, I've been there once before. So if you watch her, by mistake, hey, I remember that place. Yeah, kind of sucked." Right, sucked. Anyways, yes, they, it's honestly quite like the inner chamber we have here in the library, just a lot larger. It's a giant pool centered in this stone chamber, with trees, and it's basically one giant fucking garden. And you go there to offer up a bit of life energy in exchange for. Originally, it was to be exchanged for the ability to grow wings and fly off the moving continent. It has since been used as a way of feeding the Kintari. And he'll look around at all of you. It's technically a state secret, so I trust that none of you will blab about this. Right?
Well,
He'll look
I'm used to doing that sort of thing, but I'll try to coach Vaten through it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Either way, it is a sacred place where our people it's been turned into something less than that recently. At least in the last 300 years or so, 400 years. We used to only, at least according to Father, we could get away with sacrificing one powerful person per year. Now it's amounted to a bunch of, well, there's not many powerful people like that left on Arun. The one closest to it, honestly, is our grandfather, or my grandfather. But he's old and decrepit, and his life force is slowly leaving him. You need an archfey, essentially, to complete that ritual, and now I understand why you left the country, Prince Leon. Yeah, they were trying to sacrifice me and my brother, thinking that they could control my life essence like that.
Well, hopefully this will fix the issue.
For how long?
That is a great question. We are essentially talking about sacrificing a demigod to a
What if we could do it with more than
Planar.
one demigod?
being. And he'll like look at you like, are you speaking of what I think you're speaking of?
I do happen to have a kraken.
Archer will like look over at you because this is the first time he's heard you say this. You have a fucking what?
Funny story.
Gilgamesh is his name. We found him in a cave and turned him into a goldfish, and then put him in a bag of holding.
We're gonna see if he knows about Gilgamesh. It's a natural 20. He'll look at you and he'll like look proud simultaneously, but also look at you like, why, how, what? And then he'll just say, why is it you get to do all the fun shit?
It's just sometimes things happen, and you polymorph an enemy into an animal, and you have to get rid of them before they kill all your friends.
Leon will look at you. You certainly can do that. That is a whole lot of bad. If something...
Going away, though.
No, that's a whole lot of bad if the pool rejects your offering.
It can reject it?
It has in the past. Heck, it rejected me the first time they tried to put me in there as a child.
Hate this country. Sacrificing children?
When
Sacrificing children, its own people.
things need to change up there, I'm very well aware. I do not hold any power to do it. I am an archfey, but not officially recognized by the country, nor if I ever go back there, I will undeniably be sought after and hunted down.
I'm sorry for that. Seems a bit undeserved.
Well, undeserving as it is what it is, I suppose. Okay. In order to reach the pool, we'll need to pull some strings. The burning
What do you mean
hearts.
it can reject the offering, though? Don't think I've forgotten you said that.
If it doesn't believe the offering is pure enough, it will reject it. Given the fact that all dragons were once Fae themselves, I figured Uldragos wouldn't be a problem. But if you try to feed it another demigod, one that's not of Fae descent, you might have some issues.
Fair enough.
So, focus on maybe just putting Uldragos in there for now. And if you want to get rid of your, as you put it, pocket kraken,
Indeed.
you could certainly try. But just know that if it does reject the offering, it will eject the offering out in its original form. And you'd have to fight a kraken.
Yeah, that would be bad. Maybe not going to do that then.
And he'll sigh. If there's one thing that I think might work. And he'll kind of just, alright, fine. Seek out Earl Elenia Silver in Yalamore. She should be able to help you once you describe your issue. Now, the idea of getting to Arun is a different story. You can't just teleport there.
We can.
How?
We've been to what we call the Tree of Life, and our druid friend here can teleport us there.
And he'll look at all of you. That will work. People on the standard teleportation spells do not really work, given that Arun is almost always moving, and it's incredibly difficult to pinpoint where you actually need to land. I've known many of fools to attempt to teleport back to Arun and end up getting up to waist deep in dirt, because that's just where their body was teleported to.
But if this one were to transport via plant,
It's different, because you have a specific tree in mind.
Quite a
the
few.
Tree of Life.
That would work.
We've seen many, but that one seems doable. Plus, we can visit
Fitting.
our dear friend.
And if it's in the cave I'm thinking of, it wouldn't be that far from Yellowmore. And Ander kind of like looks at all of you. Hey, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you did promise that to drop me back off in Valencia.
Yes,
We can.
We do
with
have
somebody
two
with the
ships.
ability to teleport. Because if this one needs to use transport via plant for...
Well, I guess my best question is: do you have to go back today?
Well, you did
This
tell
one did promise.
you did tell a very sad queen of a country that her fiance would be coming back.
How long
me
do you
too.
need, like a rest to cast a spell again?
This one would, but this one cannot rest.
Hmm.
And then Leon kind of like looks at Ander. You're trying to go back to Aurora, right? The palace. Yeah. It's been about 100 years since I've been there, but I suppose I remember it. I could take you back.
Thank you.
That would be great. Okay. That way I can get the ships in order and maybe get them to get prepped to head back to Sylvania instead of being stuck in Valencia. Might be a good idea.
How long can Weavra stay awake?
So, funny thing,
Yeah.
each time you neglect a long rest, it is a point of exhaustion.
Counterpoint, greater restoration cures a point of exhaustion.
Right, so as many spell slots as you have for Greater Restoration could delay it. I would say, well, seeing as 6 points of exhaustion kill you. They do not pass go very dead. Plus, you need a spell slot. Is it a 6th level spell slot to go transfer via plants, or is it 5th?
6 for transport via plant. So
See.
basically counting today, 3 days.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Unless somebody else has greater restoration, which I think
Weaver does, or not Weaver, your Weaver, but Arval
Beep does.
Yeah,
yeah, Arval.
you guys both have fucking R's and V's in your name. Yeah, so you'd be able to stay awake for a bit.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit.
But yeah. So Leon will look at
Practically indefinitely then. Because if Arval can sleep,
Yeah.
practically
You can
indefinitely.
sleep.
Yeah, you would just be Very tired.
I would not be having a good time, but
You could, in theory, do it. Yes.
physically I would be able to do it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, there's a tree right there. Certainly, feel free to use it. Elka. When you get there, search out the Earl, Helenia Silver. You know who she is, right, Elkis? I do. Yes, I've met her many times. Good. Talk to her, tell her your situation, say that you desperately need to make your way to the capital city, and get her to write a letter of recommendation. I would like to remind you, since we all just had a lovely little run-in with her dear older brother, vet her before you start asking. I trust her, but given that she's Alistair's younger sister, you might need to be careful. Who knows what that dangerous man is plotting. And he finds you have one of his perceived allies captured and sealed away. There's undoubtedly a chance that he's going to want him. Not, gone or dead. So just be careful. Malchus will kind of nod and kind of put his hand on your shoulder, Elka.
Understood.
I think we I don't know about you, Elka, but I think we got this.
Yep. Trying to be as positive as possible.
Very well. Leon will look over at Ander. Get over here. Yes, sir. Ander will walk over and skip and stand next to him. If you need anything, you have my sending stone. And you'll have Ophelia Archer and Elkis with you. You'll be fine, probably.
Before Ander goes, I'm going to give him the necklace that I have that is the sister to the one that Alara has.
Right, the tracking one? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
just explain what it does and that if she goes missing again, it's on him.
Damn. He'll I got it. I'll bring her to she'll be at the palace when you guys return. And I will go ahead and get both airships prepped to leave Valencia. Once you're done in Arun, are you going to come back to Valencia? Is that the goal?
I suppose we could. We probably got to head back here
That's certainly fine.
to settle things with Leon.
Right. No, I understand. Just, you're going to run out of teleport spells pretty fast.
Well, not if we use the tree walking.
True. Very true. Well, do come back
This
and...
one can only do that once a day.
Yes.
Or
That's fine.
once. This
A
one can
long
only do
rest.
that once per long rest, and this one is about to not rest for a while.
Yes.
I've got... Check. Quick.
Should I have 3 more teleport scrolls? I think you've used 2. You had 5 total?
Yeah, I've got 3 left.
Yeah. 3 more teleports.
I mean, that's a pretty good amount.
And I meant to have you roll a D100 because you cast teleport. Okay.
I mean,
you literally need to roll above a 20. I think a 20. So
it's a little late, but for flavor,
for flavor, we'll see if you get
91.
Yeah, you're good. see if only Zane gets zipped back to Valencia real quick. Shit. Yeah, no, Elkis is good. Completely forgot about that part. Okay, well, off you go then. If you need anything, send me a message via the sending stone. If you need me to, well, I'd prefer if you don't bring up my name while you're there. But do
Don't
what
worry,
you must.
between my uncle and I, we should be good enough.
Yeah, so maybe, hopefully, the silver name will also aid you in that. But that's my best guess. But, alright, well, off you go then. Good luck. And, Vivra, don't strain yourself too much.
This one will do his best.
Very well. Okay. And Liam will nod and he will begin to cast teleport and teleport to the palace. Oh my god. That was real close to being real bad for Ander and Leon. And with a 51, they go poof, and they're gone. Razor will look at all of you. Do your best and good luck.
Very well. What the what?
Huh?
I just heard something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably my fiance. Sorry.
Well, no time like the present.
Yes. Sally.
Orphelia will like walk over to the tree along with and like pat Archer on the back. Guess we're going on another adventure, buddy.
Aren't you excited to go home?
Archer will like look at you. If I don't ever have to go back to that place again, I'd be happy.
I mean, we must like it somewhat. You married Elphus.
I like it as much as I physically can.
In there and viscerally hate it.
All right.
Once everybody is ready, I will go ahead and launch that.
Okay. You see the tree split open. You've seen Weaver cast a spell once before, or twice before. You see the tree split open. A bright light starts to shine, and you see inwards a dark cave begin to appear. As soon as the tree splits open, you see it immediately starting to like wanting to close again, and it feels like, come on, let's go. And you will jump through. All of you will jump through the portal to go all the way back to the Save the Children arc maps.
Our level 1.
Only at level 3 fun times.
Close enough. Our baby quest.
Bam. Some of you are still here. Edna's not here.
Okay,
Oof.
well, I'm immediately gonna go check on Edna, though.
Okay. As you wander off into the caves, you look about. Still the same old cave that you had been in and lived in for a couple of weeks, months and months ago. As you wander off towards Edna's chamber, excited to see your old friend again. That's where we'll go ahead and end tonight's session because it's 10:30.
Nice.
Okay. Well, thanks for playing, everybody. I will be good for next weekend, and there's a chance the weekend after I might not be, but I'll let you guys know. But next weekend for sure. So, anyways, thanks for playing. I'll be right back. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and it's been fun getting back into this. Like I said, December's always a weird month for me because of deer season and stuff like that. So it's we have, luckily in Virginia, we have until the beginning, like first 2 weeks of January as well for deer season. So I do have some time to go and get it done. Already been once, which is one of the reasons why we missed these last 2 weeks. And then last week I had a blistering migraine. I can turn this music off. But we are back. The holidays are at the doorstep, but we should be live for a lot of it. I will let you guys know via Twitter / the YouTube, on the YouTube channel, on the communities post, if we're going to be live or not. On Twitch, unfortunately, there's not really any notifications or anything that I can put out that says there's no stream. So I'll let you guys know. Corgan, I saw that you're hanging out for a majority of the stream. Thank you for doing that, my friend. And as always, and yeah, can't wait to get into this next weekend and see where in our own again where this campaign started. Essentially, we are back in the land of the fairies. But I'm excited. Let's see what happens, and catch you guys later. Peace out.